Well, thank you very much indeed for taking the time to talk to us today, Don. We really appreciate you doing that. It's great to be here in San Antonio, and 400 sessions, a lot for people to get involved in.
It's a big smorgasbord. You don't quite know where to start, in fact. But this is a huge conference, and it really has a lot of appeal to a variety of people interested in engineering education, all the way from folks who are interested in pre-K and K through 12, on up to graduate education. So, some students come and enjoy it, and obviously faculty and educators. Corporate member councils, members of the corporate council come, because they are going to be hiring our students. And then, of course, administrators like myself, who've been department chairs and deans and have a real role at this meeting. So it's a big menu for us to pick from.
It's a great opportunity, isn't it, for people to network, because people come together infrequently, and it's a really good opportunity to learn from one another and to network.
Yes, it is. And the way that ASEE is structured has what you might call affinity groups, and sessions are often devised around those affinity groups. But these people aren't necessarily meeting all the time because they're scattered from all over. And so it gives them a chance to talk about things that are in common. But the other aspect is that there's so many different things going on that if you want to sort of sample outside of your domain, you have a lot of opportunity to learn new things you wouldn't normally be exposed to. So the networking is terribly important.
And the conference is held in interesting times. I mean, we're in an election year, and there's a lot going on, a lot for you to get your teeth into. One of the issues people are talking about is how do you encourage young people into science and engineering?
That's a big challenge for us. As you probably know, the number of young people that are interested in the so-called STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math disciplines is relatively low by comparison to some other countries. We're typically of students who are going to go to college and who indicate some sort of preference for a major of study. Well less than 10% of our young people that are going to go to college indicate an interest in engineering. Fortunately, the number of graduates in engineering has been climbing a little bit lately, and I think part of that has been due to a concerted effort on the part of organizations such as ASEE to try to communicate to young people what engineering is and what engineers do. And one of the things that we are stressing is that engineering is something that enables you to have an impact on life. And in other words, we're sort of de-emphasizing the way we talk about, well, engineering is hard, you have to do this, you have to study this, you have to study this, and rather say, with engineering, look at what you can do to impact people. So there's been a real change in the way we talk about engineering, and it hopefully is beginning to have an effect.
One of the other questions I wanted to talk to you about was when you bring everybody here, good opportunities, we said, to network. What's the view, do you think, of how well we're doing at actually keeping the curriculum ahead of the curve when it comes to engineering education?
That again is a real issue that's looked at from all sorts of perspectives at a meeting like this. There are a number of innovative things that are going on at many engineering programs in the country. There are over 300 engineering programs in the country, for example. So it's very heterogeneous. In some cases, education is slow to change for a variety of reasons. In other cases, you can find examples of really creative changes, things that are well out of the box. ASEE tries to showcase the innovation in our sessions here so that people can learn from each other. But in my view, there's a long way for us to go in terms of re-engineering, if you like, the engineering education, but also there's been some, I think, tremendous strides made in the last few years. Part of it is really driven by the question that you asked earlier. How do you sort of expose to young people, and in this case, freshmen that come in, what engineering is and what they do, and the curriculum therefore is changing even at the freshman level when we first get students. So this sort of variety, I think, of, as I say, showcasing some of the best ideas in engineering education is one of the nice things about a meeting like this.
Well, Don, thank you ever so much indeed for your time today, and I hope you have a great conference. Hope you enjoy it.
Well, thanks very much, and I hope we do too. And Thanks for your discussions.